If you've been reading the news lately, you're probably like me and was very interested in the recent story of the Suez Canal. Um, it was very difficult not to find it very amusing, just at the absurdity that such a large ship would be jammed in the middle of such an important waterway. It seemed like it had to be on purpose. Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that today. So, the Suez Canal. What really is it? I know I personally didn't know a whole lot about it before looking into it. So, according to Britannica, it is a man made waterway in Egypt that connects the Mediterranean and the Red Sea. And it is an open cut without locks. It was completed in 1869, mostly by the French, but it took 10 years of labor by Egyptian workers, and who were drafted at a rate of 20,000 every 10 months from the ranks of the peasantry. Originally, Egypt did own a small portion, but they were eventually forced to sell it to Britain. According to the Egyptian news site Rasiv22.net, around 130,000 Egyptians were killed in the construction of this canal. And according to SuezCanal.gov, many times in history where Egyptians dug canals using the Nile. According to SuezCanal.gov, there has been a Suez Canal of sorts for a very long time, and through many times throughout history, Egyptians have dug a canal in that area, a lot of times using the Nile, though. So, when this one was completed, though, the current Suez Canal, it was nationalized on the 26th of July in 1956. It's said to be the shortest link between the East and West and the first artificial canal for travel and trade. As reported by U.S. News, the canal carries over 10% of the global trade, including 7% of the world's oil. Ships are already having to ships had to detour around the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa to avoid it. Now, the incident we're speaking of, what occurred in March over the 23rd to the 29th in 2021, obviously. So it was stuck for nearly a whole week. According to Insider, this isn't the first time the Suez Canal has closed either. It's actually been closed. It has actually been closed for 5 times, and one of those times it was for years. This time, though, this huge ship, as we all have seen it, the logo on the side, Evergreen, it's actually called the Ever. We've seen the huge logo on the side, Ever Given. And it costs around $400 million per hour in delayed goods, according to Lloyd's List. Insider also reports that they were unloading as much as possible while it was stuck in order to get it unstuck. The USA reports that the ship was finally freed, and by essentially digging it out all the way around from the water, dredging it up, and from and with tractors on the land. And while they were digging it out, they were also pushing it with a whole bunch of tugboats in order to right it so it can go forward. They relied on large capacity dredgers and high tides as well to pull the skyscraper-sized stranded container ship from the banks of the Suez Canal on the 29th. Lots of ships were waiting, but now, or more than a week later, things are starting to get back to normal and the traffic jam is starting to cease. So it seems like we've made it through another Suez Canal crisis.